Lake Kivu is shared by the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. For generations, the African lake has been a vital source of food and employment. But recently, a drastic increase in volcanic activity under the lake bed has had a significant effect on the fish populations and the livelihoods of local fishermen. Massive increases in the level of methane and carbon dioxide in the lake have seen fish stocks reduce by 25% in the last 4 years. On the northern shore of the lake is the Congolese city of Goma. For this community, which is only just recovering from decades of bitter civil war, the increased levels of noxious substances is a devastating problem.
The gas problem is really disturbing. Lake Kivu is really deep, and some of the best and biggest fish you can catch live in the deeper parts of the lake. The gas is not allowing us to get at them and to harness the benefit from those fish. We are facing a real challenge.
At the height of the Congo Civil War in the 1990s, Goma's fish market was a favorite recruiting ground for the rebel forces. Young fishermen were forced to leave their boats and take up arms against the government in Kinshasa. Today, the market has returned to some kind of normality, but the effect of the volcanic pollution has meant larger fish are scarce. While the rebels have moved into the jungle, the rural villages a few kilometers outside of Goma are still very much on the front line. But despite all the challenges facing the people here, sport, and in particular football, continue to play a key role in day-to-day life. Whether it's in the forest, on dusty village pitches, or in the cities, football has a widespread presence throughout DR Congo.
Football means a lot of things to us. You can feel that when you play. Your only focus is on the game and not somewhere else. Football allows people to forget about their worries. It gives a structure to people's lives. It creates relationships, and most importantly, it connects countries and different people to each other.
But here in Goma, despite the people's enthusiasm for football, the sports infrastructure is poor. DR Congo's top clubs, with the best facilities, are based in the capital, Kinshasa. Goma's two main teams, Virunga and AS Kabasha, struggle to compete. 8 years ago, plans were put in place to refurbish Goma's main stadium and lay a new artificial pitch, but this has still not been accomplished.
There is a problem, and the problem lies with those in charge of football here. When we play football, when we try to build a football team, you must have the means. The lack of means and poor management is preventing us from running a good administration. It happens in other cities and regions, and it's something that we need here also. The country's only decent grounds are in Kinshasa and Lubumbashi.
Baluku Jean Didou has seen firsthand how war and underage recruitment to the rebel armies have blighted the region. 13 years ago, he helped set up École de Foot Niragongo. It's a football academy which aims to help impoverished local children.
When a youngster plays football in an academy environment, he thinks differently from a person who plays on the street. He learns discipline and teamwork. We do everything we can to support and develop them.
For the marginalized children of Goma, many of whom lack a formal education and the resources to change their lives themselves, École de Foot has been like a family. And for the more aspiring players, the EDF first team is now competing on equal terms with the local professional clubs, Virunga and AS Kabasha.
When I lost my parents and had to fend for myself, I came to École de Foot because it would help me build my life and help me play football. I found a good education, and I have to thank Jean de Dieu for helping me get over the idea of being stuck in a life of crime, just because I didn't have any parents. Now I know who I am and how to direct my life.
Goma retains very little of its colonial past when it comes to architecture. This is due to the devastation wrought by the 1977 and 2002 volcanic eruptions and from the years of conflict in the region. The post office is the city center's last remaining relic of Belgian rule. One of the other few remaining relics of Belgian rule is the Goma Tennis Club. In the colonial era, only the city's rich elite could use these courts. No Congolese people played here. Today, these clay courts are the only facilities officially open to the public. But such is the demand for them that they are fully booked from sunrise to sunset every day. Théophile Shibirali has been coming to this club for over 40 years. He stumbled upon the courts by chance as a young boy.
I started tennis as a very poor person. My parents were extremely poor. While walking around one day, I must have been about 12 years old, I saw this tennis court. People were playing on here, and I was wondering what kind of game it was. At the time, only white guys and rich people played. So I started working for them by picking up the balls and sweeping the court. Eventually, some of them started to teach me to play as well.
Shibirali now passes on his knowledge to kids from disadvantaged backgrounds. All of the equipment comes from donations he manages to solicit from all over the city. One of his greatest successes is Kanku Makeba, who arrived at the club as a troubled orphan, but who quickly took to the game. Kanku is the reigning under-16 national and African champion. He won the continental title in Kenya.
I was really happy, and I thank my coach because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have won the African tournament. When I came back, it really sunk in. I was really proud because everybody respected me and told me how proud they were of what I'd achieved for them, for the club, and for Goma.
Junior Bale Kembaka made his first tennis racket from the wood he found in the street, and he played wherever he could find space and a ball. Coach Shibirali brought him to the club, and every morning before school he trains.
I want to keep playing tennis. I love this sport. In the future, I want to be able to change my life and the city of Goma, because I want people to see the good things in our city. Tennis is the sport I love, and I really want to become one of the best players in the country.
Goma is a city that has had to endure many challenges. While the political situation slowly begins to stabilize, it is being surpassed by environmental uncertainty. Sport offers a sense of hope, and for many here in this blighted part of DR Congo, there is a determined will to win.